Well, good day, all. Ira Epstein, and here I am with the financial market. And boy, I bet you all haven't seen my kitty in a long time. She's over 2 years old now. Remember when she was a little baby with us here? She's with me all day long. This girl, she probably knows more about trading than the average guy out there. She's a wonderful pet. If you ever have to have a cat, get a ragdoll. They think they're dogs. Just phenomenal. All right. Well, today is Thursday, the 5th of December, 2024, and we're right now 6:05 p.m. Central Time. Tomorrow's a big day because we get the jobs report, and that gets that out of the way. Then we just deal with some inflation reports. I make it sound small, but the Fed will have made up their mind with this report, in my opinion. Now, I want to remind you of another event right in front of you. My sale ends tomorrow for our Cyber Week. It's done. You won't hear about this again. 50% off. It's the best deal you get from me. Complete futures, the combo package, the written updates, the special updates, twice daily updates, Monday through Thursday, morning update Friday, Sunday night updates. These are in writing. Then you get the morning videos where I go through 40 charts in my Spider ETFs and futures, and sometimes 50, because I'll talk weekly charts daily, and on the weekend, I put out a wrap-up using the weekly charts that is separate from everything you see on YouTube. It's quite a lot of information, and I'm really proud of it. It's been a good year overall, so I'm very happy. A lot of you taking advantage. IraEpstein.com. Look at the top left, you'll see in bright green, it says the cyber sale. Give that a click when you're on the site, or you can move your cursor up here. There'll be an icon, it'll take you there as well. Alrighty. So as I said, tomorrow what we're going to get is this baby. The U.S. November non-farm payroll data, they're looking for a number, 215 to 218,000 jobs. The jobless rate, I have seen from 4.1 to 4.2. It's all over the board. And the average hourly earnings up 0.2 to 0.3%, but closer to 0.3 are what I'm seeing. Now the question is, a lot of this is in the market. What does the market do with it? One of the things that is often happening in the market is you come up early December and you break towards mid-month and then you pick up again. I don't know if that seasonality will work or not, but today was a reversal day. The markets were all strong early and they certainly gave up a lot here. Everybody's talking about Bitcoin, which went up to $103,000 plus and right on down. As soon as I saw CNBC this morning devote their whole morning segment early to it, I said, it's a top day. People were laughing at me because I had people asking me, what do you think? I said, it's a top day. And they go, why? I said, you know, when I grew up on TV and you would watch it, and they would give you news at 5, 6 at night. And that's local time. You know, New York times are different. LA's different. And once you saw the Tom Brokaw's, the Walter Cronkites, today, all the new guys, and they devote a lot of time to something, it's often past news. And I am not bearish, don't get me wrong, on Bitcoin. I mean, you, not me, you have embraced it. The people that bought into this have done phenomenal if they held on. It's not been an easy ride. I was watching some of the interviews today of people that were absolutely big buyers at $60,000 and had to ride it back down near $20,000. You think that's easy? You think most people did that? Okay. But now here you are at 100,000 and it suddenly has $2 trillion worth of assets out there. That's a heck of a lot of money. So people believe in it. You even saw the Fed chair explaining it this week. And I get it. It's a neat vehicle to trade. That's cool. I just noticed something that the Chicago Mercantile Exchange is doing on gold. They're coming out with 1 ounce contracts. I don't understand that, but they're not 10, 1 ounce contracts. Okay. So they're going to go down to the guy that's really dealing in small numbers. They'll probably do a lot of volume in them if they can get the market makers. I assume they're fungible, but I don't know. I hope you know fungible means if you buy them there, you put together 10, you can trade it against one of the other contracts, or you put together 100 ounces and you can trade it against the big one. That's called fungible. I think they'll be, but I don't know enough yet. In the foreign currency market, the dollar got hit today pretty hard, down 60 points. I think a lot of this is people just taking money off the table in front of tomorrow's jobs report, and then they'll come back into the market. That's pretty much what I'm expecting. If we take a look at the E-mini S&P, if it were to close here, it is up on a closing basis for the week, 0.5%, 31 points. Still very bullish on a closing basis. Remember what I told you, you've been losing trading volume and so on. I woke up this morning and the trade of the time right now, according to CNBC, is writing of the strangles. So people are saying that you're not going to break out one way or the other. I don't know. I think you broke out to the upside. Generally, you're writing that when you're getting sideways action like this. When they were talking about that, looking at the chart and saying, I don't understand what they're talking about, but that's just me. When you look at the market here, higher lows, higher highs, yes, it is slowed down. Yes, the volatility is slowed, but no, it doesn't make sense to me that you're writing strangles. If that's what they were saying. Maybe I was hearing it wrong, and that's very possible at the hours I get up. Because this is a new all-time high you made today. And generally, that's not how you make money on them. So maybe they were writing them, not buying them, and taking in the premium. That could be. And as I said, it was early. Higher lows, higher highs, market backing off. I can see a run back at any point here on the S&P to a break off the market, and that's the one you'd want to buy going into the Santa Claus time. I'm hoping it happens, to be honest with you. You're up at the upper Bollinger Band. You know what I'm going to tell you. You buy that. I don't want to be the buyer at upper Bollinger Bands. You generally get a little bit of pain when you're buying that band. I'm using the word generally because there's always an exception to the rule, but more times than not, So, especially when you're coming out of a band that isn't totally going sideways. Now, the narrower the band, the more sideways, and I teach that in my course on this, then you have a different game. That's not where it's at. Here's what's ruling the day, and that's why I'm staying with the bull camp. As long as you have the embedded reading without the red line closing under 79, breaks in the market, ideally tomorrow, will probably get bought by the pros. So I think a lot of people got out today, so they have buying power for tomorrow. That's my own guess. The NASDAQ, same thing. You got up to the upper band, you hit a brick wall, but it's not embedded. So it's not as strong a play as what you have in the S&P. You do have the embedded reading here, but the market to me today just says, hey, wait and decide if you're going to come back in. I can tell you, I had clients that made money on the trade yesterday, and today I said, got to break even stops, which were hit on the break, and I'm content if they followed it. They might have stayed. You do have the embedded reading, but for my money, I'm in the driver's seat now. I can chase and buy the market higher. I don't have to buy it. I can go to other markets, but I'm not nursing the money. And going through these reports, you never quite know what to expect. When you come to the Russell, I know the people will be out there saying, oh, Ira, you don't know what you're saying, but this is the weakest of the indices. The others are still strong. This one's pulling back to its 18-day average. It's correcting, present tense, an overbought condition, and it's still overbought. So that's all I can say about it. When we come to the bonds and notes, as long as you have an embedded reading, I'm bullish. Lose it, and I think you go back to the 18-day average. Don't lose it, you can continue higher. And the same thing's happening in the 5-year notes. Now, bullish on bonds and notes means yields are falling. Lose it, and yields are going back up. In the dollar index, every day since back here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 days in a row, you've hit the 18-day average. You're trying to break to the downside. Look for the support at 105.40 and a half, the lower band, but that's not a buy. It's one thing to cover shorts there. You're oversold. I can understand that. It's a whole different game if you want to be a buyer there. That I'm not saying. In the euro, if you surge to the upside, look for the resistance around 106.50. The upper Bollinger Band, it's overbought. That's where the longs will probably look to come out of the market if it can get up there. In the British pound, well, it looks to me like the market's trying its darn best to get to the combination of the the gray line, the 200-day average and the Bollinger Band. Look for it to run into a brick wall against that general area is what I think. And in Bitcoin, you tell me what happened when you hit the Bollinger Band. You hit 105,000 today. Let me give you the futures. This is so interesting. 105,300, and then you broke down $7,000 for each Bitcoin. And I know you're going to say you can afford that. I'll be honest, I couldn't afford. I would be beyond mad losing $7,000 in one day. This is wonderful for some people. You know, you can trade the micro minis and you can live with that to a degree, but I'm not in love with the market up at Bollinger Bands, and your momentum is turned. So just maybe, they go on the news, they suck in the people, the pros take some money off the table and they'll look to buy again. It's just interesting how it works. In Bitcoin, in the Brent, I still got Bitcoin on my brain here. You do have a market that's got the lower low, higher high. It's really not trending at all. Same in the WTI. I don't see trends here. I see sideways action that has kicked in. OPEC today did come out and they said, no, they are not going to put more oil on the market. They'll keep where they're at for the first quarter of 2025. Well, obviously, they're trying to shore prices up so they can do more. Russia's already complaining and going, you know, as we keep doing that, the West, the United States, and other producers out of Africa are taking market share from them. And guess what? Russia's right. That is going on. Yay. Lower highs, lower lows, market coming down through here, and you can see where the market's already oversold, so be careful. And in the nat gas, well, I'd love to get a rally up here. I'd love to get another sell signal. It's too oversold, so I want to get a rally, but I think you're going lower. This is the cold weather blast you're getting, and this is all it can do. I'm not too excited about that. So one more time, remember the sale. You won't hear me talking about it in these evening reviews again. Cyber Week sale ends tomorrow morning. Actually, I don't know what time, but it is tomorrow. I think our website has how many hours are left, if I'm correct. That was pretty clever of them to put that up, too. You go to iraepstein.com. You'll see it on the top left. Give it a click. It'll take you right to the area. Remember to look for the yearly price by playing with the toggle, and I hope that you take advantage of it. I'm Ira. It's going to be an interesting day tomorrow. I'll be waiting for it, and then in the morning I'll review with you what I think of the U.S. jobs report. You take care. I'll see you then.